My name is Kallen. I am 30 years old, and I work in a small marketing company. I have a boyfriend named Kate. We have been together for 6 months, and I love him very much. He is kind, funny, and very smart. I always thought we had a perfect relationship. Kate works for a big company. His job is very busy, and sometimes he has to travel for work. He can be away for many days. I miss him when he is gone, but I trust him completely. I believe in our love and the bond we share. One sunny morning I woke up feeling excited. It was Saturday and Kate was coming home after a long business trip. I had planned a special dinner for us. I wanted to surprise him with his favorite meal, spaghetti and meatballs, along with a chocolate cake for dessert. I spent the whole day cleaning the apartment and cooking. The smell of garlic and herbs filled the air, making my stomach growl with hunger. As the sun began to set, I set the table with candles and flowers. I wanted everything to be perfect. I checked my phone every few minutes, waiting for a message from Kate. Finally, around 7 p.m., I heard the door unlock. My heart raced with joy. "Surprise!" I shouted as he walked in. Kate looked tired but happy to see me. His face lit up with a smile, and I felt a wave of happiness wash over me. "This looks amazing, Kallen," he said, wrapping his arms around me. I could feel his warmth and it made me feel safe. We sat down to eat and I couldn't stop talking about my week. I told him about work, my friends, and the new movie I wanted to see. Kate listened intently, laughing at my jokes and sharing stories from his trip. We enjoyed each other's company, and I felt like the luckiest girl in the world. But as the days turned into weeks, I noticed something different. Kate was still busy with work, but he seemed more distracted. He would often check his phone during dinner, or answer calls late at night. I tried not to worry, thinking it was just work stress. One evening I decided to surprise him again. I bought tickets to a concert of his favorite band. I was excited to share this experience with him. When I told him about the tickets, his reaction surprised me. "Oh, that sounds great, but I might have to work late that night," he said, avoiding eye contact. I felt a pang of disappointment but tried to hide it. "It's okay, we can go another time," I said, forcing a smile. Inside, I felt a nagging doubt. As time passed, Kate's absences became more frequent. He was gone for days, and when he returned he seemed distant. I began to feel lonely and my heart ached for his attention. I wanted to talk to him about how I felt, but I didn't want to seem needy. One night I decided to surprise him again. I bought his favorite snacks and planned a movie night. When he came home I was excited to see him, but when I looked into his eyes, I felt a chill. "Hey Kallen, I'm really tired. Can we skip the movie tonight?" he said, rubbing his eyes. I nodded, trying to hide my disappointment. "Of course, you can rest," I replied softly. As he walked away, I felt a deep sadness settle in my heart. The next morning I woke up early and decided to make breakfast. I wanted to show him that I cared. I made pancakes, eggs, and fresh coffee. When he came into the kitchen, he looked surprised. "This is nice," he said, taking a seat at the table. But as he ate, he kept checking his phone. I felt a knot in my stomach. "Kate, is everything okay?" I asked, trying to sound casual. "Yeah, just some work stuff," he replied quickly. I could see the tension in his face, and I knew something was wrong. A few days later I received a message from one of my friends. She wanted to meet for coffee and I agreed. I needed to talk to someone about how I was feeling. When we met, I shared my concerns about Kate. "I just feel like he's not the same anymore. He's always busy, and when he's home he seems distant," I confessed. My friend listened carefully. "Have you talked to him about it?" she asked. "No, I don't want to push him. I just want him to be happy," I replied, feeling defeated. After our conversation, I decided I needed to confront Kate. I couldn't keep pretending everything was fine. That evening, when he came home, I took a deep breath and sat him down. "Kate, we need to talk," I said, my heart racing. "What's wrong?" he asked, looking concerned. "I feel like you're not here with me anymore. You're always busy, and when you're home you seem distracted. I miss you," I said, trying to keep my voice steady. He sighed and looked away. "Kallen, I'm just really busy with work. It's nothing personal," he replied. "But it feels personal to me. I love you, and I want us to be close," I said, my voice trembling. He paused for a moment before replying. I know, but I have a lot on my plate right now. Maybe we should take a break. His words hit me like a punch to the gut. A break? Why would we need a break? I asked, feeling tears welling up in my eyes. Sometimes space can help us figure things out, he said, avoiding my gaze. I felt my heart shatter. Is this really what you want? I asked, my voice barely above a whisper. I think it's for the best, he said, finally looking at me. I could see the uncertainty in his eyes, but it didn't matter. I felt like I was losing him. That night I cried myself to sleep. I couldn't understand what had gone wrong. I thought we had a perfect relationship, but now everything felt broken. I felt lost and alone. Days passed and Kate moved out. He said he needed time to think. I tried to stay strong, but my heart ached for him. I missed his laughter, his kindness, and the way he made me feel loved. I kept replaying our memories in my mind, hoping he would come back. But as the weeks turned into months, I realized that he wasn't coming back. I started to hear rumors from friends about Kate. They said he was dating someone new. My heart sank. I felt betrayed and hurt. How could he move on so quickly? One evening, I decided to confront my feelings. I sat down with a journal and wrote everything that was in my heart. I poured out my pain, my love for him, and my regrets. Writing helped me release some of the sadness, but it didn't change the reality of our situation. I began to focus on myself. I started going to the gym, spending time with friends, and exploring new hobbies. I realized that I needed to heal and find my own happiness again. It wasn't easy, but I was determined to move forward. One day, while at the park, I met a group of people playing frisbee. They invited me to join, and I felt a spark of joy. I laughed and played with them, forgetting my worries for a while. It felt good to be around new people. As time went on, I started to feel stronger. I learned to cherish my own company and found joy in the little things. I began to understand that I deserved love and happiness, even if it didn't come from Kate. One afternoon, while I was at a coffee shop, I ran into Kate. My heart raced as we locked eyes. He looked different, more relaxed and happy. I felt a mix of emotions, but I reminded myself how far I had come. "Hey, Kallen," he said, smiling awkwardly. "Hi, Kate," I replied, trying to sound casual. We chatted for a few minutes, and I noticed he seemed more open. "I've been seeing someone," he said, his voice slightly hesitant. I felt my heart drop, but I took a deep breath. "I hope you're happy," I said, forcing a smile. "Thanks, I really am," he replied, looking relieved. As we parted ways, I felt a sense of closure. I realized that I was no longer the girl who depended on him for happiness. I had found my strength and was ready to embrace whatever life had in store for me. Months later, I met someone new. His name was Alex, and he was kind, funny, and supportive. We started dating, and I felt my heart open again. It was different this time. I was cautious but hopeful. As we spent time together, I learned to trust again. Alex respected my feelings and encouraged me to be myself. I felt safe with him, and slowly, I began to heal from the pain of my past. One evening, while watching a movie together, I realized how far I had come. I had learned that love is not just about being with someone, it's about being true to yourself and finding happiness within. I looked at Alex and smiled. I knew I was ready for this new chapter in my life. I had faced my fears, learned from my mistakes, and emerged stronger. I was no longer defined by my past, but empowered by my journey.